What can you make your money do for you in this next upcoming month? Let's get through it together. You can find these worksheets in the Money Mastery Toolkit in my bio. Okay, we are almost through January, and I don't care what has happened in January, what you have done, if you have fallen off the wagon, whatever, we are going to make a plan to do better in February. This is the monthly overview worksheet, and this is how you plan out your month and make plans for what you want your money to do for you. So let's start right off with the monthly income. Write it right here. If you don't know your monthly income because it varies, put a low average, budget off of a low average. That way you know that your things are going to be covered, and if you end up getting more money than you think, that is just bonus money that you can put somewhere else. If you still don't really know what to put there, go to your 3 last months of bank statements and kind of make an average of what your income was over those last 3 months. Next, fixed expenses. We're going to write all of those out. What are fixed expenses? They are any of your bills that have due dates. You can see I made a list of examples here. You may have more or less than this depending on your situation, and that is okay. For any of the bills like electric or water that can change every month, use a high average of those bills, whereas where you used a low average for your income, use a high average for these. That way, if it's less, you have extra money. This also includes debt payments like credit card payments or loan payments or anything else. Just think, what bills do you have that have a due date? And if they have a due date, put them here. Next, you're going to want to find your fixed expense total by adding up all of these bills and putting it right here. Remember that this is your bills for the entire month, okay? Now we're going to talk about variable expenses. Variable expenses are essentially your monthly spending categories. These are not bills, but money that you have to spend. The 3 most common are grocery, gas, and fun money. And if this is your first time making a budget, or it's your first time kind of getting into this, I would recommend you just start with these 3. You can also have other variable expenses like date nights, hobbies, kids' activities, etc. But like I said, for beginners, just start with these 3. So what do you spend on groceries per month, gas per month, and then give yourself a little bit of fun money if you can, because if you don't, you're going to blow your budget. Once you figure that out, go ahead and total those up and put that here. Once you have that, you're going to take this fixed expense number and this variable expense number, add them together, and put it up here in the total expense amount. This is what you should be spending monthly on everything, right? So then you need to subtract your total expense amount from your income, and that is going to give you your leftover. You're going to put your leftover right down here at the bottom. This leftover goes to sinking funds. Sinking funds are longer term. They are for future expenses that you know are coming or savings goals that you want to hit for the future. Number 1 is emergency fund. If you do not have any money set aside for emergencies, you need to go ahead and so you could put all of your leftover towards your emergency fund if you want. Other types of sinking funds you can create are like for vacations, for a wedding, for car repairs, things like that that you know are probably coming in the future. It's totally up to you and your goals what you set up here. Now, voila, you have a plan for your next month for what you want your money to do. And where do you send these things? So let me tell you, fixed expenses, I would go ahead and open a checking account just for bills, okay? And you send all of your bill money to your bill account when you're paid. This causes separation between your money. That way you are not spending bill money. You're not even tempted to. It's in a totally different account, and it is going to be there for your bills. Variable expenses, you can do cash stuffing or digital cash stuffing. I would highly recommend this, especially if you're a beginner, because it is going to teach you how your money is moving around. I have videos about cash stuffing on my page if you don't know how to do that. And then lastly, we have our sinking funds. If you have emergency fund as your sinking fund, you're going to send this to a high yield savings account. And if you don't know what that is, go to my page. If you had other sinking funds like vacation or car repairs, some people like to cash stuff those as well. Some people like to send them to a high yield savings account. It's up to you. But yeah, this is how you create your plan for the month. And when you have a plan, you are way more likely to actually hit your goals. So what next? Well, you can go to the How to Budget playlist on my page to find that out, but the next steps would be that you need to plan out your bills and your paychecks on a calendar to see which checks cover which bills. And then when you get paid, you will create a paycheck budget to show which bills need to be paid with this check, how much will you have left over, what can you contribute to your variable expenses and your sinking funds. I hope this helps you get started, and I hope that you will make a monthly overview plan for your next month ahead. It's really going to help you out. Like I said, these worksheets are in my bio. They're the Money Mastery Toolkit. You got this, friend. You can do it.